how to start an online business even if you don't know what business you want to start. This video is for you specifically if you are a woman, an introvert, a deeply feeling individual, a neurodivergent individual, and especially if you are tired of the hustle culture and you're really looking to escape the 9-to-5. You know you want to have a business, but you don't know what the options are and you're just looking to get started. This video is for you and you're in the right place. So before I jump in, I just want to say I just had double jaw surgery, so hopefully you can understand me okay. But I wanted to put this together because I know if you are a beginner in 2026 and you're looking to start a business, you're looking to start now, and there's a lot of stuff out there that is very misleading, very misguiding. And so I put this video together to share a simple overview and orientation of how to start an online business as a beginner using a very simple roadmap. And we're going to do this without the overwhelm, without the pressure, without any of that online noise you may have already come across. This is going to be a super important starting point because if you are one of those individuals who are introverted or deeply feeling or neurodivergent and you're tired of that hustle culture, there is a lot of stuff out there that is going to take you out of your comfort zone and in a way in which that it actually is going to put up a lot of roadblocks. So let's go ahead and dive right in. By the end of this, you'll understand what an online business actually is, how the whole ecosystem works, and the first steps that you really need to take in order to move forward in a calm and regulated way that aligns with who you are. And in a few minutes in this video, I'm actually going to share too what I believe is the biggest secret in the industry, and really the reason why so many people who start a business end up giving up without having seen any sort of success, and they end up wasting a lot of time and a lot of money. And it's something that, you know, the gurus out there really don't tend to share at the beginning up front, or maybe even at all, but it's really something that's vital to success. So what is an online business and what does it actually need to do? So very simply, any business, whether it's online or it is in person, it is identifying a problem and then it's solving that problem for a specific person and using an online using an offer to be able to do that. In this case, it'll be an online offer, right? So whether that is a physical product or it's a digital product, we'll get into that in a little while. But everything you ever see online, every YouTube channel, every coaching program, every digital product fits into three specific pieces. And those three parts are, part number one is traffic, which helps to bring people in and bring people to you. Part two is nurturing that traffic, which helps to build trust. And then part three is presenting your offer, which creates transformation or solves the problem for the individual that you are looking to serve. Any good online business, the goal is really serving your customer or your client in a really great way. And if we're lucky, we get to do it very authentically and without all of that like sleazy, hypey marketing that it just kind of provides like the ick factor, right? So let me break this down another way. So you have traffic, which again it's the way people discover you. And then you create connection with them, which is how you are nurturing them. And then you help them to transform, which is providing them with your offer that helps them to do that. Now, with these three parts, you don't need to build all three of them at once. And you don't need to actually know what you want to solve today or what niche you want to get into, which is a niche is really like the bucket of people that you want to serve or the area in which you are focused on. So like health and wellness is a niche, for example. And you don't need a website or any sort of fancy branding to start, okay? And I know it can get really confusing because a lot of times you see all this stuff out there and it's very polished and you don't, it can be really overwhelming. So when you're getting started, thinking that you need all of those things, and the reality is you don't need all of those things. So I am going to share with you my calm roadmap, my basically calm start here roadmap, and it's broken down into 6 steps, and let me share those with you. So step number 1 is choosing the type of business you want. So do you want a lifestyle business or a location-based business? A lifestyle business is normally an online business, which is what I am going to be teaching you in this video and the videos to come. And then there's location-based, which is in person. Now you can still choose to do a location-based business, but that's not really the focus of these videos. So you want to decide, do you want a lifestyle business? I'm assuming so, because you are here. And then you want to, as your step 2, understand the big picture landscape. And what this is understanding the business models available to you in order to have that online business. And that's something I'm going to share with you in a later video, but we'll get into that. And then step number 3 is identifying what problem you want to solve. So this can be a tiny problem, it can be something simple, or it can be really broad. Now, I will say that it's usually better to narrow in on a tiny, or not a tiny problem, a very specific problem. And because a lot of times when you go broad, there's a saying in the industry, if you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So you want to have that problem in mind. And step number 3 is identifying that problem. And then step number 4 is choosing the person you want to help. So this is usually someone that you understand, someone you feel emotionally safe serving. And oftentimes, people getting started are always told, and it's true, if you look at yourself, 2 or 3 steps ago, that is someone that you can help, and you can help serve because you understand what they're going through and what they have been through. You're just a few steps ahead of them. So step number 4, choosing the person you want to help. Step number 5 is picking your starting offer. And so you want to pick something that is a simple way to help, or something, you don't want to overwhelm yourself by choosing this, because there's a lot of things out there and you may already have something in mind. This can evolve later, right? Like you just pick one thing and you want to get going with it. And then you're going to, through trial and error, figure out like how much, how well things are going, which is something that we'll get into as well throughout this in a later video. And then step number 6 is you want to choose your traffic source. So this traffic and marketing, which is something that I'll talk about later as well, but those are the most difficult things for any business to solve. Okay, so because of that, it's really important to start simply. You start by choosing only one platform. So, and we'll go through how to determine this, but you will want to determine how frequently you want to be online, right? And then the best method to reach your target, the people that you're bringing to you. And so a lot of times, you want to start with one platform, even though there's dozens or hundreds of them out there. You just start with one. You then want to determine what type is best for you, right? And again, I'll get into all of that and how to kind of unpack all of that and work through it. But the biggest thing to know for step 6 is that it is choosing your traffic source, choosing where your audience is going to come in from. And so a business can grow through calm and natural connection, not pressure sales. And that is often what feels the best for those of us who are introverted and neurodivergent, deeply feeling individuals. People help to they find you, they connect with you, you provide support for them in whatever means that is, and that's something you'll figure out as well. You help them to transform, and then those people share, and that helps bring traffic to you as well. So I'm going to walk you through all these in my 10-part series, so you will always know what's coming next. If you are interested, like this video and subscribe to the page, and then you'll be able to get a lot of the information from there. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how the online business ecosystem fits together. Okay, so this is something you want to understand up front. So there's essentially 6 big pillars. Okay, there's you and your business, this bringing all of your strengths, all of your energy, your values, what you're passionate about. So that is one of the pillars. The next pillar is your audience. This is the person that has the problem that they're looking to you to help them to solve. Then your offer, which is how you help them to solve it. Then your traffic, how people find you. Then the 5th pillar is your message. Okay, so this is the language that you use to make them feel safe or make them feel connected to you. And you do want to really connect with them, and you will connect with them when you're able to show that you understand them. And then the last pillar is your systems. So these are simple tools and automations to make life easier and things that are going to be necessary for your business. So depending on the business, you may need a checkout page. You may need to take payments, right? So that's all of your systems that fall into that bucket. And as we go through kind of the videos here, we'll go deeper into all of these across what I call my Calm Business Blueprint. But for now, I just wanted you to have an idea of how everything fits together. You don't need to understand it all yet. Clarity will come step by step. This course is really designed to reduce overwhelm and help you see the whole picture first. So before we go any further, I just want to kind of explain something that is important. And you don't need to memorize any of this, right? You can always come back to this video. But just so you understand how all of my videos work and my content, everything in this course and these videos is built around what I call the Calm method. The Calm method is not about doing things perfectly or following rigid rules. It's simply a way of approaching business creation that prioritizes clarity, alignment, and sustainability, especially when you're just starting. And this is so important. Now, you don't need to understand the method right now, and you don't even need to think of it, as a framework or anything like that. You'll experience it naturally as we move through the videos. So this is really going to give you a blueprint, and the Calm method is the philosophy behind how the blueprint was created. So I want to do a little bit of expectation reset, or setting the right expectations. And this is what I think is the biggest secret that people don't tell you when you're getting started in any sort of business, but particularly in an online business. And that is that in entrepreneurship, whether it's a full-on business or it's a side hustle, right? Like whether you're deciding to do this full-time already right out of the gate, or you're going to build it slowly on the side while you work your 9 to 5, the default in entrepreneurship is failure. Okay, failure is the default. Success is the exception. And the thing is that it's not really failure, though. Failure in business isn't real failure. It's simply learning. So if we see failure as feedback, as things that didn't work, as almost a science experiment or trial and error, it's giving you data, right, that you can read and understand how to then move forward. And a lot of people are not told this in the beginning, right? Like they're told that it's success is inevitable, and it is if you stick with it, but they're told, that right away you're going to be successful right out of the gate, and it's not going to take any effort, and that's just not true. This is why it's really crucial to understand this, and why it's actually crucial to build a business you genuinely care about. One that aligns with your values and your passions. And that alignment is what keeps you going through that trial and error phase. And that is what every entrepreneur experiences. So just setting the right expectations, that, failure is the default, success will come, but after a whole lot of trial and error and a whole lot of failure. This is going to help protect you from burnout and discouragement and quitting too soon. Entrepreneurship in and of itself is simple, but it's not easy. The steps are simple. The execution is where the hard part lives. And so all of those people you see out there selling the easy, the fast money, instant success, that sort of thing, no mistakes, it's not reality, right? It's marketing. It's not reality. They're trying to, because people want things done fast and they want it quick and they want it to happen overnight. And I get that, trust me. Like I am very much that type of person too. But the truth is that you're going to test things. And some things are not going to work. A lot of things are not going to work, especially in the beginning. And this depends on your skill set, right? Like if you're coming in with a marketing background, then you're likely going to have success quicker than people who are just completely starting from scratch. But most people don't have marketing background, so you're probably starting from scratch, and that's okay. And it's still very doable. So some things won't work. You'll try and do it again, and you'll do it differently, and you'll learn each time. And this is not failure, even though it can feel like it. It's just business. That's how business works, and every business goes through it, and every single person who starts a business deals with that too. So that's why aligned passion is what helps keep you energized, at least helps keep me energized through all the messy middle that is figuring all of that stuff out. You don't need to hustle, you just need to stay in motion. You don't need perfection, you just need gentle persistence. And that that honors your energy, your sensitivity, your nervous system, that is what will help carry you through to success. So just a couple of questions as I wrap this up is to think about before the next video is, do you want a lifestyle business or an online business? I'm assuming so. Or would you rather have something in person? What problem do you feel drawn to solving, even if you're unsure as to why? Who do you naturally understand or care about helping? And then what type of work feels energizing versus draining? And then lastly, what expectations do you need to release before moving forward? And again, you don't have to have the answers to those right now. They're just questions to sit with and think about. And that is really the first step toward building an online business that feels aligned, calm, and meaningful. In the next video, I'll walk you through the main online business and side hustle ideas in a simple and very beginner-friendly way. And just a side note, a lot of people use this term side hustle, right? I don't really like it, but I recognize a lot of people use it, and I used it, and I still do use it. But we're gonna look at these main online business models and side hustle models, even though we're gonna still build this calmly and in a regulated fashion, even if it is a quote-unquote side hustle. So we'll go through that so that you understand the landscape without feeling overwhelmed. These models are really beginner friendly, and they can work even if you are introverted, if you are looking for a specific type of business idea, or business idea as a woman. You want to have options available for you, and you want to know what these are. That's what we're going to cover in the next video. So I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you in the next video.